Hello. First of all, let me congratulate the winners of this year's awards. The European Rail Award this year recognized iLint, a technologically innovative hydrogen-powered train that will help the railways become even more environmentally friendly across all operational profiles. A special greeting to Mr. David Sassoli, the President of the European Parliament, here recognized for the important role in the enacting of the policies that are building the single European rail area. Finally, a special mention to the outstanding citizens' initiative of und Speer, who gave a unique contribution to bring young people to rail while fostering European cultural cohesion. I also congratulate CER and UNIFE for this initiative and thank them for inviting me to close this ceremony. After being in this job as Minister for Infrastructure and Housing for almost 2 years, I have to tell you that I now understand why trains and railways generate such passion and enthusiasm from so many people. For that reason, I consider myself lucky to have the EU presidency during the first half of the European Year of Rail. It is an opportunity to advance the standing of the railway sector across the continent, and I shall try not to waste the opportunity. This comes not only from the emotional connection that I have developed with the railways, but from a knowledge that rail transport is essential to fight against climate change and to the strengthening of our communities. This is due to the unmatched capacity of the railways to move large quantities of people and goods comfortably, reliably, quickly and efficiently. This is why, concerning transport policies, the Portuguese EU presidency has a very clear focus on the railways. Indeed, it mirrors the priority that the Portuguese government has given to railways domestically for the last few years. Portugal has lagged behind most European countries in the modernization of its rail network. It is not only mostly obsolete, but it is also short both in infrastructure and rolling stock. It is not worth denying that this is the situation we arrived at after 3 decades of concentrating investment in roads. However, I can now tell you that in the last couple of years we have been able to stop the decades-long decay of our railways. We have recovered and refurbished locomotives, coaches and multiple units that we had stored in yards. This has allowed us to overcome the short-term shortage of rolling stock while we prepare the acquisition of several dozen new trains for all service categories. At the same time, we have modernization and construction works in progress in all our main rail corridors. By the end of 2023, our main international connections will be ready for full cross-border interoperability, including electrification, ERTMS, and train length up to 750 meters. We will also be able to offer a quality passenger service between the Portuguese and Spanish capitals. But our plans for the next decade are much more ambitious. We have around 10 billion euros of investment planned for the railways until 2030. The largest and most important project is the construction of a new high-speed line between Lisboa and Porto that will reduce the travel time from almost 3 hours to around 1 hour and 15 minutes and effectively replace short-haul flights and millions of road trips between those two cities. So Portugal is fully aligned with priority being put into the railways by the European institutions and member states. Even if we must recognize that the most adequate policies are not necessarily the same for all geographies in the continent. Like Portugal, other more peripheral territories in Europe still need large investments in upgrading and expanding the rail network. The European Commission has recently presented a sustainable and smart mobility strategy with very ambitious goals for European railways. The key targets are to double rail freight traffic and triple high-speed passenger traffic by 2050. While these goals are welcome, we all know that they are very difficult to attain with current levels of investment. The existing network simply cannot cope with such a growth in traffic. For this goal to be feasible, hundreds, thousands of kilometers of new lines will have to be built throughout Europe. The EU spent the last 20 years passing into law the 4 railway packages aimed at creating a single European rail area. In the wake of this process, it might be worth looking at how the rail sector is organized in Europe from an institutional point of view. The European model for the railway sector is unique in the world, and we should discuss it without any preconception. Finally, we must ensure that rail companies have the means to endure the crisis we are going through. We should have been as swift in helping them as we were with airlines. Thank you again for having me, and congratulations to all. I wish everyone a good European Year of Rail. Thank you.